Miss GoElectric here. Today is Sunday, August 23rd, 2026, and this is The Current, your weekly EV news in about 10 minutes. This episode is made possible by support from Lightship, creators of the American-made, all-electric, motor-assisted, and solar-powered AE1 travel trailer, and the customizable, energy-sharing Powersled commercial trailer. We recently visited their Colorado headquarters to catch up on product developments. Our two-part update, including a leadership interview and factory tour, is ready for you to watch next with links in this video's description and on the end screen. Learn even more at lightshiprv.com and powersled.com. On to the news. Genesis has unveiled its largest model yet with their new flagship all-electric full-size luxury SUV, the GV90. The vehicle measures 208.1 inches in length, 79.9 inches in width, 71.5 inches in height, with a 127.8-inch wheelbase. That is nearly 10 inches longer than Hyundai Motor Group's current largest model, the Hyundai Ioniq 9, and within millimeters of the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Built on the dedicated EMP platform exclusive to Genesis, the GV90 features a 123.5 kilowatt-hour battery with 115 kilowatt-hours usable capacity, delivering an estimated range of 310 miles based on the company's internal testing. WLTP or EPA range ratings are not yet known. A dual-motor all-wheel drive system produces a combined 657 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque, with dual electronic limited-slip differentials on each motor. It's expected to reach 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 5 seconds. Charging from 10 to 80% takes approximately 22 minutes on a 350 kilowatt DC fast charger. No additional charging information was provided. The model also includes a multi-chamber air suspension and 5-degree rear wheel steering. The new power control system finally eliminates the start button. When a passenger pulls the door handle, the vehicle powers on and the door closes automatically. Once the door closes, the motion column shifter moves down into position, ready for gear selection. Simultaneously, this crystal sphere rotates to reveal an integrated controller, and the tweeter covers on the dashboard move to the sides. Once the brake pedal is depressed, the vehicle is ready to drive. The model can be configured as a 6 or 7-seater on the base GV90, but it's also available in a configuration called the Neolun Executive Package, which features 4 seats with added luxury amenities, like the Smart Vision roof, a refrigerator, deployable tabletops, and a radiant heating system that runs under a real wood veneer floor. The Neolun First Edition will ship with the 4-seat configuration as well, and will include 180-degree first-row swivel seats, which can be engaged when the vehicle is in park. Other standout features include the GV90 Neolun's Neolun Arch Gate, which they're calling the world's first independently opening and closing hidden B-pillar coach doors that create a large pillarless opening. They replace the conventional B-pillar with high-strength dual steel beams and a thicker integrated roll cage for added rigidity. A pop-up center OLED display expands when parked and uses an Android Automotive operating system with access to Hyundai Motor Group's Playos Connect infotainment platform featuring third-party apps like YouTube and Spotify. It also includes an AI agent for voice commands. The model includes a 25-inch head-up display instead of a traditional instrument cluster, and a 25-speaker Bang & Olufsen Premier 3D sound system appears to be standard equipment as well. The vehicle will be assembled at Hyundai's Ulsan Plant 6 in South Korea. In the United States, the GV90 is expected to reach dealers in early 2027 as a 2028 model year vehicle. Official pricing has not yet been announced. A GV90 is now on display at the Genesis House in New York City until spring of next year, for those of you who would like to see it in person. To learn more about the Genesis House, see my full tour, including the on-site restaurant, in this video, also linked in the description. The production model of the GV90 very closely matches the concept Neolun, which I reported on back in 2024. Hopefully Genesis will do the same with other electric concepts, including the Genesis X convertible and Speedium Fastback. Tesla has confirmed that its battery cathode material production facility at Gigafactory Texas in Austin is now operating at scale, marking the first large-scale cathode plant of its kind in North America. The plant produces high nickel-rich cathode active material for Tesla's in-house 4680 cylindrical cells. Today, these cells power the Cybertruck, select Model Y variants, the Tesla Semi, and soon its autonomous two-seater Cybercab. Tesla's pioneering production process is more cost-effective, cleaner, and more scalable than traditional methods. The company claims the process uses less oxygen, power, and water, aiming for 74% greater greenhouse gas efficiency compared to Tier 1 suppliers. Initial annual capacity is estimated at around 10 gigawatt hours, or 10% of their 2025 global battery production. The cathode building is part of a roughly $700 million expansion at Giga Texas, covering about 1.55 million square feet, with the cathode portion representing an estimated $216 million investment. Tesla is now installing larger kilns to double the plant's capacity, enabling further support for energy independence for both the company and the United States. Elon Musk described it as the only large-scale lithium battery cathode production in the Americas. The facility reduces reliance on Asian-sourced materials and complements Tesla's vertical integration efforts, including its nearby lithium refinery in Corpus Christi, Texas, also the largest of its kind on American soil. This week, Tesla has also officially confirmed the date for its Cybercab launch event, with the company's robotaxi account promoting a contest for riders to attend. Some Tesla influencers have also shown their official event invitations online. Through August 23rd, passengers taking robotaxi rides earn an entry per trip, with winners to be announced by August 25th. The event will be held in Austin, Texas on September 3rd. Do you think they'll unveil the production version of the Roadster, Robovan, or another SUV? The two-seater autonomous vehicles have been in production at Gigafactory Texas since February, and a few have been spotted testing in several cities. Many large fleets have been photographed in staging lots all over the US, possibly indicating a large simultaneous rollout. In a related development, the Nevada Transportation Authority approved permits this week, allowing Tesla to operate up to 5,000 robotaxis throughout Clark County, alongside approvals for Waymo and Uber. During the Nevada Transportation Authority meeting, Tesla's Cybercab chief engineer, Eric Early, said, "I don't think we'll be in the position by this time next year to deploy 5,000 vehicles, and it's not the technology. I think we would be extremely happy and satisfied if we could get ourselves up to 2,500, maybe a bit higher than that in the next year." This permission replaces an earlier interim permit which limited Tesla to just 10 vehicles confined largely to the Las Vegas Strip corridor. The announcements come as the broader robotaxi sector advances. Recently, Amazon-owned Zoox has opened paid public rides in Las Vegas and Austin while receiving a permit to operate a portion of 1,000 vehicles alongside Uber partners including Hyundai's Motional. At the same time, Waymo has opened up public access to its next-generation Ojai robotaxi. I first reported about the Ojai back in 2024. It's based on the innovative Mix minivan from Zeekr, which is a Geely brand. You might like my 2025 interview with its lead designers for some insight on the platform. Finally, all riders in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Phoenix can hail the Waymo Ojai. The brand was also approved to operate 1,000 vehicles in the Vegas region. Autonomy enthusiast David Moss shared a video on the X platform showing a Waymo facility in Arizona with hundreds of Ojai units staged for fitting with Waymo hardware. For now, the vehicles have a steering wheel, but those are removable, which will open up a fifth passenger seat. When that happens, the Ojai will have a higher capacity than the two-seat Cybercab or four-seater Zoox. These autonomous networks deliver increased exposure to EVs, safety, and ride-hailing accessibility compared to existing human operations. If you've tried an autonomous electric taxi recently, please share your experience in the comments below. EV charging is looking up. This week, Portland International Airport has announced it has installed a new overhead Chargepoint fast charging system, enabling rental car companies to charge up to 20 electric vehicles at once without taking up valuable floor space. The setup features 10 dual-port dispensers, each rated at 200 kilowatts, and using Chargepoint Express Plus 1000 technology, with retractable cables that staff pull down as needed. The overhead format is ideal for the busy, quick turnaround area where rental companies clean and service cars. Mounting equipment above the vehicles keeps chargers and cables clear of traffic paths, reduces the risk of damage from moving cars, frees up ground level space for staff to maneuver, and lowers installation costs by limiting the amount of conduit and wiring required. This setup may look familiar to longtime viewers of The Current. Back in 2024, I reported about Google-backed Gravity Mobility's 500 kilowatt station in New York City, and a few months ago I reported about 8 more upcoming Gravity locations around Los Angeles. Creative solutions which enable EVs to charge wherever they may be parked with a variety of speeds and form factors enables increased EV adoption. Sound off in the comments if you can think of untapped opportunities for overhead charging. Once again, thank you to Lightship for making The Current possible this week. You can find links to both of our videos, including the interview with the Chief Commercial Officer Ben Parker and the updated factory tour featuring the Powersled prototype in this video's description. You can visit lightshiprv.com and powersled.com to get into the nitty-gritty of configuration. Well, that wraps up this episode of The Current Weekly EV News. Until next time, drive, fly, ride. Go electric.